Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Let's Be Bold Bobcat. My name is Jay.
And I'm Vilnius. Would you like to explain the intro, Jay? Because I do not understand it.
That's the podcast, the Let's Be Bold
Oh,
Bobcat.
okay. Sorry, I messed up there. I may have forgotten our name for a moment, but yes, that's who we
Yes,
are.
yeah, we don't. And just for the record, I'm editing this week, and that is going to be left in. Vilnius has absolutely no choice. I just have this sneaking suspicion that when I edit the podcast, it is going to have a lot more like purposeful. Because I'm gonna like think everything is funny for no reason, and so and so I'm just gonna be sitting there for 3 hours just laughing my ass off, like, oh my god, Vilnius said that, and I feel like Vilnius is like. He'd totally be like, no, I am not putting that. It will ruin my family's name. I'm like,
Most of the stuff I cut out when editing the podcast is stuff that we have repeated. I cut it because we say the same thing over and over a lot. I find
do we?
uh,
I have no idea. Yeah.
just naturally, like we'll repeat ourselves and restate points again. That's a lot of
Oh,
it. And then sometimes I find that we get a bit personal, and I cut out that stuff. Like I don't know,
it'll
because
ruin his family name.
well, no, I was
Like I
gonna say
said.
because like it means nothing to anyone listening to this. They don't know as much about our lives as we do. So if we
But then
start
we get away.
referencing
That's fair.
some obscure thing that happened to us 2 years ago,
What's
it
an
doesn't really
example?
make sense. I can't think of any, but
All right,
sometimes
yeah,
we'll
no,
just be
that's
like,
fine.
remember that time we did that thing.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of fine, right? I don't know if
if
that's
we
that
if
big of a
we
deal.
explain it, it's fine. But like, oftentimes we'll just start like chuckling about something and then not explain
Oh,
it.
that's fair. No, I get that. I mean, whatever it is, Vilnius, you usually make for a pretty smooth listening experience. But now, for the first
Hmm.
time, by the way, I forgot to mention which episode number it is. I feel like I've been doing that more recently.
Yes, 27.
27. Jeez, man. Yeah, that's right, 27. I couldn't remember for the life of me. Wow, that's quite a figure. As we say every single week, that is
Yeah,
quite a figure.
yeah. It
We say
is.
that at least once or twice a week. Um,
We're the longest running podcast of all time.
I mean, yeah, actually, we're the
Fact.
longest running Let Me Know podcast of all time. Um,
That's actually true.
the last one
Well,
called
actually, no. The other one came back, Jay.
No Way.
Yeah,
Did it
they put out
really?
a couple of episodes last month.
Damn it!
So
Wow.
we lost.
Well, that doesn't count. I mean, they took like a 3 year break or like a 2 year break.
It was only
Wasn't
like
it from?
half a year, but yes.
No, it's from 2018, dude. There was only like
Was
four
it?
episodes from multiple years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
I was
Um,
wrong there. That's yeah.
yeah, I know. I feel like that almost doesn't count. Um,
We do have the most episodes of any Let Me Know podcast, though.
that's true. We're winner winner chicken dinner all day every day. Because that do be what we do. We do be on that grind. We make the diamonds.
We
We make the
grind.
millies. We make the Lambos. Um, and we make the gamers. We make the
Oh,
goals in Rocket League, and we make the headshots in the shooty games.
the
And
shooty game.
hey, shut up, Vilnius. That's so mean. We make the we make the 5-star cool kids in Genshin Impact, and we make the big
What is
the
Genshin
big.
Impact?
Yes, I need to explain because I was talking about it earlier. So Genshin Impact is like, Zelda Breath of the Wild, right? Or Breath of the Wild. What's the one that came out for Switch? Is it Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild. You were correct.
Yeah. Yeah. The only reason I know how Breath of the Wild is because I watch RT Game, who I'm assuming I've recommended before. I'd be very surprised if I hadn't.
You
Um,
have.
yeah, of course. And the reason I ever started watching Breath of the Wild or knowing about it is because he did a full playthrough of it. It was really incredible. And then I hear about, some of my favorite folks like Woomy. That's really the only person. Or there was somebody else too. She was like, uh, I should stop grinding Genshin Impact. I'm like, what's this? And then like this guy called Andre, who also like streams on Twitch, he was like, Genshin Impact stole all my friends. And I was like, what is this Genshin Impact thing? So I look it up, and basically what it is so Villainous, you know Fire Emblem Heroes, right?
Yes.
Or
I have not
actually,
played that one.
in the original Fire Emblem games, do characters have star ratings?
Uh, I don't remember. I don't think they do. I think they only do in Heroes.
So basically, uh, it is Fire Emblem Heroes crossed with Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it is so cool. It is so cool.
Hmm.
There are like 20 odd characters right now, if I remember correctly. Um, and
Are
dude,
they
the
adding
way that
more, or
oh
is
yeah
it a
yeah the
set
game
number? Okay.
no I think the game just came out like September late September.
Oh,
Um, so I'm hopping on the train relatively early.
yeah,
I mean
September 28th. So you are
28th. Wow.
incredibly early, Jay.
Oh, we're a week in. I didn't realize we were a week in. I mean, it seems like the game kind of blew up in the Twitch sphere pretty quickly, or not just Twitch sphere, just in the gaming sphere. Um, and I gotta say, like, it's 100% free. You can get it on mobile too,
Mm-hmm.
which is awesome. So I think it's a game that's got like a lot of potential for replayability and stuff. It is very similar to Breath of the Wild. Like
Is it
combat wise and stuff like that.
is
Yeah,
it plot driven, or is it just kind of an open world explore adventure type thing?
it is. From what I have seen of Breath of the Wild, in comparison, because this is the only thing I really know to compare it to, I would say so far I'm maybe an hour in, so I'm not too far in, but I've gotten my first two heroes, a maid and some sort of. I mean, I think she's supposed to be like a Japanese. She's Japanese? Pretty sure she's supposed to be. Oh wait, no.
It doesn't look like it takes place in Japan. It looks very Eurocentric.
I know, no. I'm talking about one of the characters I got. I got a
Oh,
maid, and actually, she's not Japanese. I'm sorry. She's Chinese. She's
Noelle?
like a warrior. No.
Okay, I just looked up Genshin Impact Maid, and that's the one that came up.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the maid. Noelle, Noelle or something, and then the Chinese like
Yes.
warrior kind of thing. I don't really know what she is, but her name starts with an S. And
Hmm.
so so far, I've been able to get some of the weapons and such and whatever. But I gotta say, like the game is pretty impressive so far, and I do think it may be a little weird to play. Um,
Mobile?
no, mobile will probably be fine. It's probably a little weird to play on PC.
Hmm.
Um, because I have a feeling that combat with a controller, like a Switch in Breath of the Wild, is a lot more seamless. Um, rapid rapid tapping left click is kind of weird to fight enemies. It's not like exactly the most seamless, but I think it's definitely a great game
Hmm.
as that goes. And I'm really happy it's free. I
Oh,
think
it's
what it is
free. That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's free on everything. I think I not 100% sure, but if I do remember correctly, I think on consoles it's a PS4 exclusive, maybe.
Hmm.
Though it may be on Xbox too. Though I do definitely know I saw PlayStation, Windows, um, Android, and iOS, or maybe Switch. I don't know. It's on something. But overall, just figure go check it out. May as well. It's on every single mobile device.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is also about 11 gigabytes, which is tiny for a computer game. I mean, this thing is extensive, right? We're talking 11 gigs max. You have to download software first onto Windows, but the software is already on the App Store cloud or whatever in mobile devices. So be ready for upwards of 20 gigs of storage to be used, but still. Because I don't know for sure. I was thinking about playing it on my phone, and then I was like, why would I bother if I just didn't have to? So
It probably is a much better experience off of mobile, as most video games are.
most video games, but I think they definitely do make games that suit. By the way, speaking of video games that should not only be on mobile, even though we weren't talking about that, I'm just gonna say speaking of anyway. Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars should be on PC.
Brawl Stars PC. That would be funny. Then you could stream Brawl Stars, Jay. You could stream Brawl Stars.
Not only that, but I think Brawl Stars would be very fun on PC.
I agree.
Um, and yeah, especially with all this new stuff they're adding into Brawl Stars, like there's all this like, you know, these gadgets and like whatever. If you put Brawl Stars on PC, you could, because they've already changed the game so much. It went from just like a shoot 'em up kind of game to like almost like a MOBA, or it feels like in
No,
some way
it's
that's the
not a
way they're trying to take
MOBA.
it. Vilnius, you got to think about it though, right? You remember when there was one star power? Now they all have two
No.
star powers and two tools. So now you're building them, right? All of a
Building a
sudden the character.
character was not invented by MOBAs.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's also in MMORPGs. But it is in an
And
arena. You can have
but
different character
that is
builds
not a MOBA MMORPG exclusive thing. That's in like every other video game. Customizing
using
characters and
character item
stats.
builds. Not
Yeah,
really, Vilnius. Character item builds, not really. That's not that. I mean, there are some games, right? Like we
there are
said,
tons
Fire
of
Emblem
games.
Heroes allows for stuff like that. Um,
I think you are overselling the importance of this.
Vilnius just hates MOBAs for the sake of hating MOBAs
I
without
don't.
ever having played
What
one
does this have to do?
extensively.
What does this have to do
You
with
t-
hating MOBAs?
Vilnius,
I'm just
Vilnius.
saying that
Every time
adding
we
stuff
talk
to
about
characters is not a MOBA exclusive. I have not insulted MOBAs in this conversation yet. I'm just saying,
not yet. No, but we talked about this on the podcast earlier in one of the
yes, I
earlier
do not like
episodes.
MOBAs. This is
Yeah,
true.
all
This
right.
has nothing
You
to do
don't
with
like
this
MOBAs.
argument, though. That's not what
You
I'm
don't like
saying.
MOBAs, so I have absolutely no reason to believe that you're not being biased towards the statement I
This
just made
is
that was harmless, but you took as harmful.
what
So let
I
me
didn't
finish
think it
what I
was
was
harmful
saying.
at all, Jay. Jay, what?
I'm gonna leave this in the podcast, by the way, because I have the power to do so.
I
Vilnius
am
is
very
a horrible,
confused
horrible
with
person, and he's
your
coming for
statement
your
there.
family. He's coming for your family.
I'm
That's what
going
he's
to
gonna do.
kill
He's gonna
everyone who listens to
he's
this
gonna
episode.
he's gonna come for your family, and you know what else he's gonna wait, Vilnius. Then you're gonna have to die.
Uh, whoops.
Vilnius is gonna come for anybody in your family who likes any games, such as Vainglory, League of Legends,
I
Mobile
don't know what
Legends.
vainglory is. I don't
It
even
doesn't
hate
matter,
most
Vilnius.
MOBAs.
You're
The only
going to
MOBAs
kill
I hate
Vilnius. You're
are
going to kill
League
them.
of Legends. Most MOBAs I just have a general negative affinity towards due to my experience with them, but the only one that I truly hate is League of Legends.
And you know what's funny about him hating League of Legends is that he cannot tell you why. He cannot give you a valid
I have
reason.
told you why. I've given
Give
a
me a
valid
valid
reason.
Oh, what is
Because
the
the
valid reason?
gameplay is boring, it is the same every single game, and the games take forever, and if you
And
quit, you are immediately
you've played
banned.
League of Legends for how many hours?
Probably like 1, maybe 2.
Okay, that's what I thought. And you only get banned if you're playing ranked, and if you get
No.
reported oftentimes. Yes, you'll get sanctions. If you leave a casual match, it's never an issue.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
see, look
most
at
people
how
still
much
play
Vilnius
ranked,
knows.
Shay. That is still a feature that should not be in the
Yeah,
game.
no, of course, people. No, the problem is League of Legends is one of the most. I know it was at some point the most played game in the world. I don't know if it still is, but I think at the
Better
end of the
not
day,
be.
like people, Vilnius, it was for a long time. I
No,
would not be
I know
surprised.
that.
I would not be
Well,
surprised if it still
No,
is.
I'm pretty certain it never beat out like Minecraft, bro.
I mean, why not? Just because it's not like, I know, even like in entertainment, League of Legends is pretty niche, like in internet entertainment, but I think the player base, especially in Asia, is like really hardcore.
Hmm.
So
But
I
Hmm.
think the reason that it makes
I
sense,
think
Vilnius,
it's wait.
is
I
that the
don't think
game is
that
built to be.
statistic was true. Wait, I thought it was just the most played multiplayer game or something.
Oh, is it?
Was it the most played in the world?
I thought so.
Because how do you even gauge that with like games that don't have like an online player base? Because I know Minecraft is the highest selling.
What?
Oh well, it doesn't matter.
Uh,
Who cares?
this is interesting. This is like, what is Crossfire? Apparently has 1 billion downloads.
I do not
Wow.
know this game.
That's the one where you build like a war vehicle, like a ground vehicle.
I have never heard of this.
Apparently, PUBG has over 600 million players. Yeah,
Six
these
hundred
are all
million. I
these
would
are
not be surprised.
that's crazy though. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I do remember hearing like this is when I was younger. I don't know if this is anymore, obviously, but I do remember League of Legends being one of
No,
the
League of
most
Legends
played.
is still one of the most played games. It's dropped in popularity some, but it's still massively successful.
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't know. Was it ever at the actual tippy top? I don't know.
Maybe in the early 2010s.
Oh well. I don't
I
pay.
wouldn't be surprised because that was before GTA came out and stuff like that. I
What
wouldn't.
is
Well, I
League
mean,
of
not like
Legends
that's
that old? Is it older than like GTA
2000,
4 and 5?
2009, 2009.
2009?
It's not older than GTA 4. I think that was 2008. And yeah, GTA 4 was 2000. I'm about
Yeah.
75% sure that
GTA
GTA 4
5 was 2013, so GTA 4 was definitely
2013.
before that.
Oh, but think about this is that well, not that GTA 5 is really that much of competition for League of Legends. They serve completely different markets. But
Yes.
also GTA 5 didn't come out on PC until 2015, so 6 years after League of Legends was out.
Hmm.
So it's all relative, and I got to say though, I think League of Legends overall is still one of the most popular games in the world, and I do agree with
It
you
is.
that it gets boring. I will get on these highs. I told you how I play Mobile Legends. I'll get on like a Mobile
Hmm.
Legends high. I'll be like, "Oh my god, this game is great," and then a week and a half later, I'll be like, "If I cannot sit down and go through another 30-minute game, it's not engaging enough." But I think Riot Games has done a good job implementing this 30-minute game length in other games. Valorant is a fantastic example.
Those are
Uh,
30-minute games?
yeah, yeah.
I did
35 to
not
40
garner
minutes.
that from your stream. I don't know how I
Yeah.
didn't catch that. I guess I just assumed that you were playing multiple matches because of how similar the game
Oh,
looks to
but I would
Overwatch.
I play 2 to 3 games
I was
every
assuming you
time.
were playing like 10 to 15.
Oh no, it's rounds. So it's first to 13 rounds.
Huh?
So obviously it gets super long because I think the round limit's probably a minute and a half or 2 minutes.
Okay, I see, I
So
see.
if you max it out, it can go up to 50 minutes.
Wow.
Um,
I did not
so
think the game
it's
was doing that. I do not like
yeah,
these games that make me sit down and play forever. These online games.
Vilnius. Here's the thing, though: is if you got into Valorant, you would not be paying attention to the time. It's
That
one of
is
those.
true.
It's one of those
I'm
where you are
certain that if
like
I.
that is one of the most engaging games I've ever played. You are
Mhm.
so like you got to be on top of it, and even when I'm like spectating teammates, I'm like still super into it. Just
Yeah.
because
High
stress levels are
praise.
high and stuff.
Yes, yes.
So that's
And
always interesting.
I do like though the Valorant, even if they're long, you got it's shorter rounds in between, so it's still relatively uh separate each thing compared to like a 40-minute League of Legends game.
Yeah, it never takes too long to get back into the game. Sometimes it does, but
Yeah.
later into a League of Legends game, it does feel monotonous.
Yes, like a
Um,
League of Legends game, if you start losing, you have lost, and you're just kind of it's just a slow burn to your death, essentially.
and you
Is
are
my
right that
experience with it.
the game is extremely formulaic. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
totally is. You come in with a build, uh, and I know that we have this conversation a lot, but uh, I I am a big proprietor of the importance of pro play. But whatever, we won't get into that now. But like, if you think about pro League of Legends players, they have like maybe a few builds, and based on research they do in their opponent, right, they're going to use that, and it's the same thing. Oftentimes they main, a couple characters. They play a certain position, mid, top, bottom, jungle, and whatever the other. There's another one, carry or whatever.
I don't remember any of
So
the position names.
there's a series of them. I know it's mid, top, bottom, and jungle. I think there's a fifth one, but I don't know what it's called. I know
Perhaps.
in Mobile Legends it's called Turtle, which is just to
Turtle.
kill the boss, the turtle boss, and then eventually the Lord, so that you can get lots of coins. And then if you kill the Lord, your team can spawn the Lord to march down. I think it's any lane. Um, it'll just follow you. But anyway,
Hmm.
um, yeah. So
Yeah.
I well, I guess the reason we got into this in general is I don't like the way that Brawl Stars is going. I don't like it at all.
Oh, I
It's
totally forgot that we brought up
Yeah,
Brawl Stars.
yeah. That was the reason this whole thing started. And I gotta say, Brawl Stars is just ugh. It's sluggish to play.
Hmm.
I
I
don't
don't know
like
if
the
I
battle
agree with
pass.
that.
I'm sick
Oh,
of
I
the
agree
battle
with
pass
that. I do
formula.
not like the Battle Pass.
I mean, in some games, it feels like great progression. Rocket League and Valorant, the two games I play the most. Rocket League, you're just playing games, right? Playing games to play games. That's something I will listen to a podcast while playing Rocket League. Like, I don't care,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Valorant is super engaging and you just want to level up, even though I never feel like I'm getting any rewards from that. But like in Brawl Stars, it's pay to win. So all of a sudden, the free track is just not good at all.
Yeah.
That's what kind of sucks
It's
at the end
very
of the day.
sad because the game wasn't like that in the beginning.
No.
Although, hmm.
I miss the chess system, dude. Do you remember how good the feeling was when you pulled your first legendary?
Yes, yes, I do. It was a very, very rewarding feeling.
You know,
Like, oh, put in all this time, it's finally paid off, baby.
exactly, right? And then now you look at it and it's like, "Oh, by the way, you can get like little boxes sometimes on the free track or every 5 levels on the premium track that I think you have to pay $10 for. You can get, you know,
Mm-hmm.
a big one every 5. Like, oh my god, it's so silly.
Yeah,
Um really bothersome, but I guess it is what it is. That's why
it is what it
yeah, and I,
is.
I feel like a PC version of the game, you make it $5 on PC, right? You
Yeah.
you overhaul, you just make it a progression system. You don't make it premium and free track, you just make it progression.
Mm-hmm.
And you unlock rewards. Even better, you condense the what do they even call them? Brawlers. You condense brawler
Yeah.
leveling, all right? And maybe when you reach a certain rank, you just get the star power or the little gadget. You just get it, right? And then further than that, which they're obviously going to do anyway, you just add a third star power and you add a third tool. I don't know if there are 2 tools yet, maybe there aren't. Then, you say you have to pick at least one of each, but you can also pick another one that can be either. And so then you have builds, and I think that would make it an interesting game, rather. And PC is
Mm-hmm.
obviously a whole nother thing. I'm thinking I had this cool idea where basically there's a top, middle, and bottom lane, and there are 3 towers for each team.
Like Sonic.
Um, and then there's a one in the back called the Neek Sauce. Um, the Neek Sauce,
So, wait.
and then Vilnius, hear me out. So um, there's this thing uh, between the lanes called the jungle, and um, you can have certain brawlers fill the role of going into the jungle and hunting monsters, and when you kill
You're
monsters and
starting to
these
lose me on
little
this idea
minions,
here.
when you kill the monsters and the minions, you get some coins, and then you can just
Mm,
add items to your brawlers, um, and so stuff like that, and like so cult's obviously going to be like aggro. Meanwhile, someone like Poco is gonna really fill the support
uh,
role, which is obviously very important in a game like this. And obviously the when one team destroys the Neek sauce, um, uh, they win the game. And if you leave the game, and by the way, we're gonna make it 5 versus 5. And if you leave the game, you get perma banned.
this sounds like a great way to solve all of the problems with Brawl Stars, Jay. I can see no flaws in this.
And so that wasn't all. That wasn't all. So another gripe I have is with Clash Royale. And so I was thinking instead, what we'll do is we'll make a map. Maybe we can call it like like ski scrapper, and
I don't even know what is that more League of Legends jargon because I
no,
don't
no,
know
hear me
that.
out, Vilnius. Okay, no, so here's what we're gonna do is okay, so um what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all the Clash Royale characters and we're gonna put them in a mode that I call arms race. I don't know, I just came up with that off the top of my head, and I was
Off the cuff,
thinking,
off the cuff.
I was thinking, uh, we're gonna have a map called the Safety House, and it's gonna be blue team versus red team, and they're basically gonna be allowed, so how it's gonna work is they're gonna start with like a basic submachine gun, and then they'll go through sniper rifles and machine guns and other SMGs and pistols. And then finally, at the end of it, what they do is they need to batter somebody with a golden crown. But normally they have a crown as their secondary weapon. So if you batter somebody with a crown, they lose a level in the arms race. Um, so I was thinking, and also I was thinking, there should also be a really horrible crate system that big YouTubers can scam kids with. I was thinking maybe
Ooh,
you
I
could
love that.
you
I
could
love
buy
that.
them on the online community marketplace, and then it costs $2.50 to open each crate. Um, so impressionable
Yeah.
kids will go out and spend like $1 billion on crates, and then realize they'll spend like 6 cents per crate, and they'll buy like 50 of them, and then they'll realize like, oh my god, I have to spend $2.50 times 50. So then they'll have to spend $125 to to,
Quick
to
math.
open them, and then ah oh my god, ah,
You
and
have
then it's gonna
been
be hundred twenty
scammed.
five dollars, and 6 times 50, so it's gonna be like 60 cents, and they're gonna have spent only like a little bit of money, like just a little bit, like $3. But then they gotta add the $125, so
Oh,
it's like 128 $128 to get some skins.
this, Jay, this is what every game should be. Every game should be this.
Yeah, yeah.
There is absolutely no problem
I mean, the
that
last the
anyone could
last
poke
idea
in your game
I mean,
design.
listen, the last idea was just a Clash of Clans, but we give them all cars, and it's a soccer field, and there's two goals, and there's a ball, um, and
What does this have to do with Clash of Clans?
well, this is my idea for Clash of Clans coming to PC. Is there's a
Oh,
ball, and we put the barbarians in cars, and there are two goals, and basically in the back, the cars can boost forwards, and then they can jump up and boost into the air and hit the ball. And then when they score, there's a goal explosion at the goal, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
boom,
I
pow, pow,
was
pow.
thinking we'd call it um uh 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 um cla- clash of uh um uh fast car fast cars of clans.
Brilliant, Jay. Brilliant naming convention, or not convention, just name.
Yeah, so that was so Supercell hit me up basically.
This is official.
I
Let me know, podcast scoop.
I had some ideas for Boom Beach too, but I'll save those for when you guys reach out to
Yeah.
me. Um, so, so what I realize is that we've been recording for 35 minutes, about 33 of which has been us talking like on the podcast, and we haven't talked about what we're going to talk about today. Um, though
Mm.
I think it's been a very fruitful and entrepreneurial discussion. Um,
Yeah, we've probably made thousands of
that
dollars
was,
at
I
least
mean, I
now.
mean, we're recording this on Monday. By the time you're hearing it in 2 days, I mean, dude, I like moved out of my house, and I'm like, you remember how I said we play the big ballers, and we play the Lambos and the diamonds and the icy watch?
He
Um,
wasn't
I
lying.
wasn't lying. No, I was being for serious, baby. I was being for serious. We do make the big bull dollar
Make hella
chains, big
dosh.
bull dollar, the dosh. We do make the big bull bacon dosh chains, and I've got my
It's
car's
more absurd.
I just yeah, dude. I mean, you know that nowadays I can afford to, buy a basic property in GTA. That's how rich I am. So obviously I've
Whoa.
made a lot of dosh. By the way, tomorrow my Lambo's coming. Uh, like
In the mail.
in no in in the game.
Oh.
Um, yeah. So basically, what I did was I called up the guy. I was like, "Hey, guy, um, can I get a Lambo?" And obviously, the guy, he was just like, "What do you need?" Because he's the mechanic. I was like, "Hey, man, can I have a Lambo?" And he was like, he was just quiet because usually you ask him to bring a car to you, but I was just like, "Can I get a Lambo?" And I kept asking him.
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
asking him right now in between talking.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
he
You
was
just keep
like,
muting yourself, asking for the Lambo, coming back to the pod.
coming back to the pod, Lambo.
The pod.
All right, guys, I'm back. And so it's I made some arrangements with
Pod,
Rockstar,
bro, the
and they were
pod.
like, they were like, okay, Jay, you can have a Lambo. Can you fork over $140,000? I was like, oh yeah, baby, I work for the Dollar Bill Bowl chain cash, and um
What?
and I was and then they were like, uh okay, $100,000 and the game's gonna cost you $5, and I went, ooh, that's steep. But okay, and so my Lambo's coming.
Beautiful story. Truly heart wrenching.
I know it's been a day of ups and downs since Supercell bestowed me with the $15 trillion that they owe me for their for the ideas. So while we're at it, of course, Fast Cars of Clans is out, and Brawl
Yeah.
Stars Two,
We'll link it below. We'll link it in the show
Brawl Stars
notes.
Two is out, and
Brawl Stars
and
2.
and uh, CS Royale. Uh, uh, it's Clash Strike, not Counter Strike. Clash Strike Royale is out, and yeah, so go enjoy those.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
I mean, they really worked overtime. It's been like 5 minutes, and they're already done. So
You know, unironically, I've always been surprised that they have not gone and made a Clash of Clans 2. Like,
True, but it's been the number one mobile game because it's been the number one free mobile game for like
yeah, I guess that's true. It's
ever.
never dropped the player base, really. The
No, I
player
don't
base
think
has
so.
still always been there.
Though I do think there is some idling. Like I feel like in our group we had like a reawakening of Clash Royale and Clash of Clans and Brawl Stars and stuff. But I do think there are millions and millions of players, but I think a lot of them are just kind of like not playing, and then they'll like
Yeah, more
come on every
casual.
few months and be like, "Oh, I want to play."
Hmm, hmm.
So I do think obviously Minecraft has held the number one spot in the paid segment for years now. And it's always followed just by Heads Up and Plague Inc. Like I feel like those are like always in the top five. They're staples in the top five
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
App Store, Apple App Store. So
I wonder, does it rank it by like total downloads, or is it like a downloads per specific amount of time? Because you're right. I feel like the rankings of popular games never change. It's always the same.
only the paid ones though. I think rankings are definitely by over time because in the free segment it changes every 2 days.
Oh, I
Games
guess I
go
never noticed
games
that.
go up and down the order constantly, and so before the Apple Store changed, and I don't like the interface of the Apple Store anymore. I miss the old one where it was just like top games and it was like intuitive on how to get to it. Now I don't know how to
Hmm.
do it in general. I know how to do top games by category, but I don't know how to do it normally. So you used to just go top rated games and there was a free tab and a paid
I
tab.
mean,
And that was it. And I used to always go
Jay,
Windows.
they still have that.
Do that. I have
I'm
no
looking at
idea.
it now.
Oh, I have no idea how to get to it at all.
It's just under the games tab, and then you scroll down a bit.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It,
I
they make it less prominent than they used to, but it's still there.
Oh, yep. So you go. Genshin Impact's right there. Oh, is it under popular games? No, that's not it.
No, scroll to the
Oh,
bottom under
top free game.
games.
Oh, I see. Oh, it looks like Bloons TD6 took over Plague Inc. Oh, True Skate is always up there, and so is Geometry Dash and FNAF. Those are always like pretty top 10 staples.
Hmm.
And now,
You
Among
ever
Us
play
is.
FNAF, Jay?
No, I watched Josh and Michael play FNAF back when we were in sixth grade. They used to be in my advisory. That was always a fun time. Have you played FNAF at all?
I have never played FNAF. I have had Sam do like expansive lore explanations to me where he'll just like spew information at me for like an hour and then I don't retain it. But that's the closest thing to playing I've ever
I
experienced.
would highly recommend the game theory. Like it's like a 30 video series maybe on FNAF, maybe not that many, but it's good, man. It's really interesting. I always do fancy
Matt
watching
Pat.
those. Matthew Patthew. Um,
Matthew Patthew.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to Game Theory. My name is Matthew Patthew.
We're
Back to the.
Hello everyone. My
Hello,
name's
Internet!
Markiplier.
Hello, everybody. My name is
Just gonna
Markiplier.
we're just gonna recreate the outro.
Recreate every outro. I burnt my feet on the burning
On the
toaster
burning
oven.
toaster oven.
Okay, well, anyway, Phyllis, do we still want to recommend anything this week, or are we just gonna do that next week?
Let's just keep talking, Jay.
Let's just keep.
What have you been up to
Um,
recently?
so I've been up to a lot of gaming. Obviously, I've been playing Rocket League like a ton. That's been really fun. Finally catching up on podcasts. I stopped listening to podcasts for like 3 months, 4 months, and I finally caught up on everything.
Whoa.
I stopped
Even the
listening.
Gus and Eddie?
Yeah, everything. I stopped listening to and I
Wow.
stopped listening and recording our podcast too. So it's good that we finally caught up on that. I've been listening to a lot of music too, man. I got back into podcasts hard, and then I stopped listening to music, and then I'm back at the balance. Sometimes that happens.
Mm.
So that's been good. Lots of Valorant, lots of Rocket League. I'm really excited to play Genshin
Yeah.
Impact. I've been
Oh,
skirting.
Jay.
Yeah, what's up?
You should do a Genshin Impact stream.
I could, but the thing is, I'm learning, and I kind of want to continue with the
Oh.
DDLC kind of thing. For those of you that
Oh,
don't know,
yes, yes.
I'm playing Doki Doki Literature Club on stream, and
Oh,
it's fun. It's good.
the stream is good, but I have a tangent.
Yes,
Did you see my clip that I clipped of you where you said Mo?
yes. What is that supposed to be?
That was very funny to me. That's Moe,
Moe.
which essentially just means cute. It's just very funny to hear you go, it's Mo.
Dude,
It was
I
like,
was so confused. I was like, what does that mean?
it's just the way you said it runs so counter to like what the word is.
Dude,
It's like a specific kind of cute. I don't really know how to explain it, and I can't really like identify it, but it's a term you see spread around a lot among like anime manga going
like Natsuki
circles.
cute, right? Yeah.
I don't remember any of their names.
She's the freshie.
Ah,
By the way, your
yes.
character in this game is an absolute perv. It's really weird and uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was very funny seeing you read the lines.
I mean, dude, some of the stuff in this thing, because I think I saw a little bit about the game, like, when it was popular a couple years ago, and, like,
Mhm.
I don't remember all this. I don't remember anything about like the character just being an absolute creep. Like the first thing he says when he walks into the club is, "Oh my god, they're all so hot." I was like, "Wait a second. I didn't realize we valued this in this game." Okay, I think I may be the wrong person to play this character. The worst part is the character has my name. So
Yeah, I thought it was funny. You didn't go with anything. You just went straight J.
I just kind of figured that it was gonna be like, oh, like I couldn't remember. Like, is it like a choose your own adventure kind of game? But no, not really. I mean, sort of.
Sort of.
Well, with
Jay,
like
this is the first time I've ever seen anyone playing it. I'm experiencing it through you.
yeah. I mean, it's sort of choose your own adventure. It's just that there's
Yeah,
circumstances with.
it's a light novel, a visual light novel
Yeah,
is
that
the
is
term,
that is what it is. Um, the only thing that's different is that you can get.
or a visual novel. I think,
Yeah, I
not
think it's
visual
just.
light novel.
Yeah, no, I think that's
There we
probably.
go.
But I think, I think, the game,
Light novel is a book.
a light novel's a book. Yes, it is a book that I'm reading on. Oh my god. Um,
Wait, no. Wait, I'm just confused with my terminology of these things.
Vilnius
So wait, is
doesn't know.
visual novel is the game, light novel is the book, correct?
I'd assume so.
Yes. Okay.
That would make sense.
Okay.
That would intuitively make sense. Um,
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, but I kept tripping over myself, so I just got lost in my own mind.
Vilnius really got lost in the sauce right there. With all this dollar bill chain Lambo on his mind.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, Jay.
Just
Continue.
just for the sake of that, the episodes is going to be called Dollar Bill Chain Lambo. Just
That
for
is a good
just
title.
for
We should
anybody
definitely
else,
go with
that's going to
that.
be the name of the title, the name of the episode. Um, but anyway,
Dollar chain bill Lambo.
Dollar Bill Chain Lambo villainous.
Oh, sorry.
Don't forget the bill before the chain, baby.
Baby.
Baby. Dollar bill chain Lambo, baby. um, Jesus Christ. I don't know where I came up with that. This is so bad. But anyway. Yeah, you can sort of get into different, more intimate, like, friendships ish with the characters if you take certain paths with the few interactive things there are in the game. The one issue for me is that I started losing my voice, because
Yeah.
doing a deep voice, a nasal voice, a voice crack voice, and a American accent, like a howdy, my name's Monica. That takes a
Yeah.
toll on you after about 2 hours. So originally Friday night I was considering streaming until almost 1. So for 5 hours, or actually that would have been 5.5 hours. Obviously that didn't happen. I peaked at actually 13 viewers, which is pretty incredible. But
I thought you got up to 15 at one point, even.
no, I think 13 was the peak. But
Hmm.
I mean, that was
Still pretty good.
I don't know where
Oh,
all that
Jay,
came from.
here's a statistic I heard that I cannot confirm the legitimacy of,
Yeah,
but because there are just so many people on Twitch,
on Twitch.
if you
Yep.
have more than 10 concurrent viewers, you are in the top percent of or top 10% of streamers.
Yeah. No. No. No.
Just with
Yeah. No.
10.
I have also heard a similar figure. Which feels really good to know, like, cause I averaged 5 viewers for the whole stream. The only reason I did not average 6 or 7, or it probably would have been roughly 6, is because um I tried to stream Rocket League after DDLC, and when I went to try and get the presentation working through Streamlabs, it decided no, I won't work. So I closed out Streamlabs. And sometimes I'll close out Streamlabs when I'm not streaming and it'll be like, would you like to continue streaming? So I just figured that would happen. But no, that didn't
Mm-hmm.
happen. Um, and 7 people were there at the time. Um, I believe. Vilnius, were you there?
I don't think I was at this point. I went to bed relatively early that night because I was still planning on taking the SAT the following
Oh, that's
day,
right.
but
That's
then my
right.
test got canceled.
It just kind of it didn't give me the message that was like, would you like to continue streaming? I'm like, why does it tell me that when I'm obviously not streaming? And why does so my stream ended and I resumed it instantly? Not instantly, in 10 seconds. Twitch counted it as a whole nother stream, but everybody got thrown offline and would have had to refresh Twitch to see that I went live again, because Twitch is a little finicky.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
came back to 1 viewer, or 0 for like almost like a couple minutes, and then Alvin was able to join back in. Then Miranda and Toby came, so I ended up just having 3 viewers for the last hour of the stream. So that like severely downed my average viewership because I made a mistake. But in general, it's all right. I think it turned out all right. It was my most viewed stream ever. I had a lot of fun
Mm-hmm,
doing it, and
mm-hmm.
obviously I'll continue with that. But Vilnius, you asked me how I
Yeah.
was doing. Tell me about you. What do you have going
For me, nothing much. I have been. I guess now that school it's kind of working now, like virtual school. Everyone
on?
understand what's going on, so I don't have time to just laze around and go through the easy way because no one understands what's happening and no one's teaching properly.
Fair
But
point. Fair point.
so it feels more like a routine in my life now. But as for fun things I've been doing, I started rewatching and catching up to this show that I started. It's an anime that I started watching like a year ago and watched 3 episodes of. Really liked it and never continued. It's this show called Kaiba,
Hmm.
which is like this crazy sci-fi story. Well, I don't know how crazy it is, but there's a lot of wacko ideas in it, to put it that way. But essentially, it's about a futuristic sci-fi world with interplanetary travel, as they all have, but with some transhumanism, where you can store your memories in a virtual component and transfer bodies and
Oh, no
such, and that's
kidding.
how most of the world functions. The best part about the show, I'd say, though, is just that like it looks so cool. It has these like the architecture of everything and the way the planets and environments are built are really unique and kind of absurd. And then they're matched with this kind of like 60s Osamu Tezuka character art. Osamu Tezuka is like Astro Boy, Kim of the White Lion, that guy,
Yeah.
the grandfather of anime and manga, that dude.
Yes. I believe we've mentioned him on the podcast before, or maybe it was.
Probably.
It may have actually been that one we recorded in September. Now that I think about it.
Oh, the deleted episode with Toby.
No, last September. The first one we ever
Oh,
recorded that was like 2.5
yes.
hours long.
Yes, back at PSTV. We that file is still out there. We need to recover that and upload it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I feel like what's so great about the way we've done this is I think the fact that we use online has really transcended our original game plan. Which now looking back on it, obviously hindsight is 2020, but I think that would have just been the worst idea ever.
Yes,
Recording at
because we would have had
PSTV
to.
once a week and sitting there to edit either the same day or a second day. Now, funnily enough, I was just thinking about this yesterday. Is that I was listening to Ear Biscuits, and they didn't cut anything at all, not a second,
No.
because Rhett was like, "How long have we been recording?" Oh yeah, 77 minutes, and I looked at the timestamp, and it was like 77 minutes. I was like, "Whoa,
Mm-hmm.
this episode, right? For example, we don't. There's not that much we need to cut, but I do
No.
like
Yeah.
But in episodes past, I do find that you end up cutting like 10 minutes of just dead space. Um,
Mm-hmm.
as we go on, maybe something like going to PSTV with the really great equipment would work, especially when editing time and, the software handling and such goes, the time goes down. Um, but for
Yes.
now, I mean, I don't think that was ever viable.
It would have been a lot of time for every Friday was our plan. It would have just we would have had to stay there till like 8 o'clock
And
every
here's the
night,
problem
and
is they close
every
at
single
5.
week.
Right. Well,
Exactly. So it
the
wouldn't have
one thing is
worked.
that our the guy who was helping us, his name was Manuel. I am sure we've mentioned him in the first episode or something. Um,
Mm-hmm. We've mentioned him in a couple, I
yeah,
think. All of the people at PSTV are
they're all
awesome. If you
so
live in the
nice.
Philadelphia area and you're in the public school
You need to
district,
go.
you have to check out
You need to go.
PSTV. It
It is
is so
incredible.
cool.
They have, d- I mean, the cameras they have. There are professional grade film cameras, like for movies. They have every software under the sun. Um, for some reason, Vilnius, I have a hunch that like we were like the first people ever to go there and be like, we want to do a podcast here, right? Because they seem,
Probably
because,
for podcasting, they seem to be very
and
interested
here's
in
the thing:
us.
is after we came, they bought like a podcasting set. You remember? You were there, right? Or was it just me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So
I think I
So
was there.
between that and then Manuel started his own podcast.
Do you remember what his podcast was called? It seemed to be fairly interesting,
So
although it was in
basically what it
Spanish, so
is,
I
yeah,
couldn't have listened
basically
to
what
it.
it is it's him and his three friends. It's in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
They discuss Latin pop albums and they just and what they hate about them. Um and
Yeah.
I think that's like such a hilarious idea. Um and so actually both of us were starting the podcasters, at least Vilnius and I were starting to contemplate more, and we had recorded 2 episodes, I guess, and then he started recording, and so now they've got good podcasting infrastructure there and stuff, um which is
Yeah.
great. And I have no idea what the original point I was trying to make was. Do you know what I was talking about?
I don't even know how we got here. I
I
barely
don't
even
know how we got
remember
here either.
anything we said in this episode.
I'm sorry. Now I remember. We've been able to do this pretty seamlessly, not completely but decently seamlessly, through just like Discord and MP3 recording and whatever. Um, and so I was thinking the other day, like, what is the way that we? So first of all, obviously, we don't have a large listener base, and that's all fine and well. It's just enjoyment. But at
Yes.
the same time, if we
Past the
were,
hour
what would
mark.
be the next level up? And I was like, you know, I feel like like obviously we're getting the formula down, right? And what I think is great is that this episode turned from the formulaic thing. Well, I know I just said we have the formula down. I think that was a horrible way to express it, given what I was going to say next. But to some extent, we are learning to be better at just knowing what we're doing in general. And
Mm-hmm.
so now it's stuff like this comes out of it. This is just an hour long conversation. It's not even like,
Yeah.
you know, uh, mind you, it had like a 15-minute bit in it, but still,
Yeah. You
um,
you explained your game idea for so long.
it
It was
was good.
funny.
And
I
then there was
think that
another
the
one.
more it went on, the funnier it got, though, Jay. Because
Well,
it
I'd
was just
like to
like
think that,
you're
yeah.
like, oh, is it gonna end? No, it's not ending. It's still
Never. No, it
going.
refuses to end. um, but yeah, so I think I feel like we're getting to a point now. I don't know if you agree, Vilnius, but I'm feeling more comfortable coming back, week in and week out and being like, all right, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
And just feeling good about what we're recording. And I feel like, though, for example, in episode 25, the audio was really bad. Actually, the worst audio we've ever had, only on my end. Just because of
Yeah.
trying to figure, some stuff out.
It was better than
And some,
some of the older episodes, but yeah,
I,
it's the first
I
time
don't
that
know,
your
man.
audio has been worse than my audio.
Yeah, maybe. And we're still trying to, work out the kinks here. Um, you know, uh, right now I'm recording on online voice recorder.com. For example, so we're still trying to work out kinks here. Um, but I feel like from here, all we can do is go up. And
I
though I think
agree.
PSTV helped us, I'm really proud of what we've been able to do. And just, we haven't built an audience, but we've built the podcast regardless.
Yes.
Um, so what can we do from here? We could get software, and I only need it just on my laptop, and we could maybe get better mics. And that's it, right? That's what it feels
Mm-hmm.
like to me right now. I'm like, damn, we're really doing something here, and we're comfortable in our own skin now. Um, and I, that was about it. But I was just like, like I said, I have no
Good
idea where I
tangent.
started this. It's been like a 10-minute tangent, maybe. Vilnius, I'm pretty sure you said you had a tangent about something I said, and then we went on this tangent, maybe.
Perhaps someone should make a flow chart of everything this podcast has gone through.
Flow chart. That'd be a horrible flow chart. It would just not be a good flow chart. Gamer, 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 gamer. Hello, how was your day? Um, uh, oh, also, dollar bill chain. Uh, what was it? Dollar bill chain Lambo, baby.
Yes, dollar bill chain Lambo.
Oh man, wow, we've been recording for a hot minute, haven't we?
Hot minute is a good way to describe it.
Well, I feel obligated to do a song of the week this week. Because we
Oh,
forgot to
for
last
like,
episode.
and the episode before that.
Oh, did we? Wait. Oh man, we forgot. But oof, that's no good. All right then, Vilnius, do you have a song of the week, or you want me to hit him with a song of the week?
I just looked through my playlist and picked one that I've been listening to several times this week, and that is the song "One Bourbon, One Scotch, One Beer."
One beer. I hadn't seen my baby since the night before when I've been drinking whiskey. Wait, what is it? I've been drinking bourbon, whiskey, scotch, and gin.
No, not that
That was
song.
in a. Oh, yeah, it is.
No, no,
What do you
no.
mean?
The 8 minute one about paying your landlord.
Yeah, that's at the end of the
Oh,
song.
is it? I forgot that. I
I've listened.
apologize. I
That
have
was
made
in
a fool of
that was in
myself.
That was in WWE 2K18. I've listened to that song like a lot.
Mm, I like it. It is a
um,
very funny song.
it's a funny
Like you
song.
said, or like I was saying about your bit earlier, how it gets funnier as it goes on. Just the way that the song never ends, and it somehow continues to build this narrative about this guy avoiding paying his rent. Uh, Something about it is very funny to me, especially with the southern rocker accent he's got. A one bourbon,
it's a good
a
one.
one scotch, a one
One
beer.
beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite songs on that soundtrack. That's the only reason I know it though. Don't start thinking or I'm not gonna speak for Vilnius here, but don't start thinking I'm cultured or know anything at all. But you want to
I
be
would
careful what you
also
start
put
thinking.
myself in that category. I know nothing.
Well, actually, in that vein, I had another song I was going to recommend. Um, you know what? No, I will recommend this song. My song that I'm recommending is "I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles" by the
Hey,
Proclaimers.
and
Um,
I could walk 500
500
miles,
miles and I would walk
500
500 more
more.
just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Ba-da-da-da,
Da 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 da
ba-da-da-da.
da 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 da. Ba-da-lum, da-da-lum, da-da-lum, da-da-da-da. Yeah, that's a great. I hope you liked my singing. I am the good sing.
He is
Big
the good
big big
sing.
big singy boy. Dollar dollar bill chain Lambo. Um,
How many times have you said that this episode?
5, 6,
It's got to be at least 10.
10.
I'm gonna
Let me make
count.
that
I'm gonna
11,
count
baby.
when you.
Dollar dollar bill chain Lambo. 11, Vilnius, 11. Get wrecked. You were wrong with your guess because I said it again. So, thus, your guess is wrong.
Oh no.
And that's why I think not only should I oust you from the podcast, but we should end the podcast.
Yeah, okay. Let's say goodbye, and then next week you'll have someone else on.
Wait, I have to say goodbye?
You're the one who wanted to.
But no, I changed my mind. I don't
Well,
want to say goodbye.
I'm very adamant about ending this podcast, so,
No.
Jay, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
say goodbye.
No, no,
On the
no. I
count
don't
of
want to say
three.
goodbye. No, no,
One,
no, no, no.
two,
No, no, no. No, no,
three.
no. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wait, what? I'm Vilnius. Wait, no. I didn't hear about this. Okay.